Hi, it's Bill Russell from CrossFit Cleveland in Rocky River, Ohio, here with your workout details for Wednesday. You're going to start out with a warm-up, 8 minutes of our CF Cleveland Ab Routine Plus, 10 reps each of Samson stretch, 10 seconds right and 10 seconds left, then 10 reps of sit-ups, squats, flutter kicks, plank jacks, bicycle crunches, and Supermans. Workout today, we're doing BlackJack. If you haven't done BlackJack, please pay attention so you understand the rep scheme. We've done this before a handful of times at the gym. It's a great workout. It's a real grinder. You need to understand the rep counts. 2 movements. You're lunging and you're doing plank jacks. You can lunge forward. You can lunge backward. You can mix it up. It's your choice. And every lunge counts as a rep. Oftentimes it's left and right equals 1, so it's not today. When you lunge forward with your right, that's 1. Lunge forward with your left, that's 2. If you mix a backward lunge with your right, and that's 3. Every lunge counts. And plank jacks, obviously, out and in is 1. Make sure you go wider than your shoulder width, and back feet together. Excuse me. So each round, here's what you want to understand, is that each round, your total reps of both exercises equals 21. So you'll start out and you'll do 21 lunges. There are no plank jacks in that first round. You'll do 20 lunges next. So you're starting the workout with 41 straight lunges. You may take a break, but you're doing 41. So you'll do 21 lunges, and then 20 more lunges, and then 1 plank jack. And then you'll do 19 lunges and 2 plank jacks, and 18 lunges and 3 plank jacks. So that down ladder of lunges goes all the way down to 1, and your plank jacks come all the way up to 21. Each round, they total 21. So if you look at the end, you'll do 3 lunges and 18 plank jacks, 2 lunges and 19 plank jacks, 1 lunge, then 20 plank jacks, and then 21 plank jacks in the last round. So you'll be ending with 41. End call time. As always, we have movement demonstrations to follow. I'm going to start with the lunges and plank jacks. Then we have our video of our CrossFit Cleveland Ab Routine Plus if you're not familiar with those. And then your AfterWOD finisher today, it's going to be a nice morning here in Northeast Ohio, do a 1 mile run for time. You can also put on a backpack or a rucksack and go ruck for a mile. Get outside and get some fresh air. If you have any questions about this rep scheme, send me a message, contact me, text me, email me, and I'll see if I can help you out. But remember, every round equals 21. It's a good workout. The lunges go down, the plank jacks go up. It's harder than you think. Have a great day.
I'm going to demonstrate a stepping lunge for you. On these, you want to make sure that your knee is not going in front of your toe. You're going to go get the other knee all the way to the ground. All the way down, push up through the heel, and all the way back up. You can do these in place, or you can, if you're outside or you have a long room, you can do these as walking lunges. You just want to make sure that you're coming all the way back up and opening your hips at the top of each movement.
I'm going to demonstrate plank jacks for you. There are 3 positions that you can do with the plank jack. The most common in our gym is on your forearms, like you were going to hold a plank hold. With your feet together, like a jumping jack in the plank position. Out, in, out, in. So out, 1, 2, 3. Remember, these are plank jacks, not pike jacks. So not sticking your butt up in the air, but trying to find that hollow. And they're meant to be done fairly quickly. You can also do the plank jack at the top of a push-up. When you do that, make sure you're corkscrewing your hands into the ground. Get a good position with your shoulders. Don't let them ride forward, but up, straight, plank, out, in, out, in, out, in. And the hardest and it's a good challenge. Try to do it at the bottom of push-up. Hold yourself right off the floor. Those are 3 variations of plank jacks.
Hi, we're going to start with a Samson stretch. So, Samson stretch, you want to put both your feet facing forward, and you want to square your hips off so that they're facing whichever way you're facing. We're going to take our hands, clasp your hands, bring them up and over your head. This is just a light stretch to start the blood flowing. Some people you'll see will do this with a deep lunge. We're not doing that here today. We're just getting that nice stretch through your hip flexors, so you're into your shoulders, and just hold it for about 10 seconds on each side. I wasn't counting, but I'm going to switch sides. Again, remember, both feet facing forward. You can go as wide as you need or as narrow, and making sure that you're getting that hip flexor opened up in this stretch. Here's a demonstration of the sit-ups. If you have an ab mat, this is a good time to use those. If you don't have an ab mat, you can use a pillow or a blanket or a towel or sweatshirt, anything that you want. Just roll it up and you're going to put it into the small of your back. I'm going to show you a couple different versions, but I'm going to start with this one where we take our feet and put them together in what we call frogging our legs. Every time you do a sit-up, you want your shoulders to touch the ground, and you want to sit up and all the way up. I like to touch my toes, but I'm coming all the way up, and each time is all the way back and all the way up. If that's too difficult for you and you need a little bit of a modification, you can take your feet further away or put them up here, and then you can do the same thing and just sit all the way up. Make sure you're sitting all the way up, shoulders touch the ground each time. The other option, if that's too hard and you can't sit all the way up, I want you to just do a crunch, okay? So just think about taking your hands straight overhead, and I just want you to think about your fingertips going straight up to the ceiling, all the way down. Up. You notice my shoulders are still touching the ground each and every time. Here's a demonstration of a squat. For a squat, you're going to take your feet hip distance apart, and you're going to take your feet and just slightly point it out rather than just straight forward. You're going to take your feet out, chest is up, the weight is going to stay in the back and out of your feet is how I like to describe it. Thinking about if you were on a beach and you were spreading the sand away and you didn't want to sink in. Keeping your chest up, again, I like to keep my arms up. That was a good reminder to look up, chest up. You're going to sit below parallel and then straight back up. Thinking about pulling up through your inner thighs and keeping your feet on the ground. Don't come up onto your toes. Okay, so a couple more of those so that you can see. Chest is up, below parallel, all the way up, squeeze. This is the top, all the way back down. Don't short it here, get that squeeze in. I'm going to demonstrate a plank jack for you. So a plank jack is getting into that hollow hold. You want to make sure that you're in a nice plank position. From here, we're just going to take your feet out and in. That's one. Out and in. I'm not hopping, right? Nice, and keep it nice and tight. That core is tight. Everything is activated, and out and in with your feet. I'm going to demonstrate a flutter kick for you. Sometimes we do a 2-count flutter kick, sometimes a 4-count flutter kick, but I'm just going to teach you the 2-count right now. Every other right, left is 1, because 1 is never really 1. I'm going to take my hands and put them underneath my hips, right here. I'm going to keep my shoulder blades off the ground and into that nice gymnastics hollow hold, and then just flutter. That's 1, 2, 3. You could go big if you wanted, but it's not necessary. Just right here, keeping the small of your back on the ground. Keep breathing on these, making sure that the movement's coming out of your hip. You don't want to be doing this, right? So keep your legs straight, down, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you need to count every leg, just double that number, whatever it is. Bicycle crunches. So the demonstration for a bicycle crunch is, again, you want that nice hollow hold. Are you getting this? We're in this hollow position a lot. The nice tight core, everything's tight. Shoulder blades are off the ground, and our feet are off the ground. bringing one knee in at a time. That's one. Right, left is one. If you watch my flutter kick video, you'll know that 2 is usually 1. Superman. So Superman, you're going to go lay out flat onto your stomach, arms and feet out ahead of you, head is down, and you're just going to come up, give it a good squeeze, and all the way back down. All the way back down. Each time, if we're doing 10 of those, just squeeze it up, give it a nice hold, couple second hold, and then bring it back down. You're going to do, if we're doing 10, you're going to do that 10 times, not like the Samson stretch where you just hold it.